Good morning and a happy Monday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this March 31st, and the time is now 6 o'clock this morning. And that means it's time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall today for a look at that forecast. And Megan, I know that I woke up to lightning this morning as well as some thunder, really bringing the brightness into my room today. So do we have more of that on the way, or do we kind of have a lull?
We do have a little bit of a break. Some places still do see some lightning this morning, but as we're going through the next couple of minutes and into the next hour, it will clear off. We're going to look at some slight chances of rain, and then as we head into the early afternoon hours, maybe could see a little chance of a rumble or thunder or two. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But here's what you need to know in terms of temperature. We're seeing much cooler temperatures than yesterday. 12 degrees cooler right now in Ashland than yesterday. 10 degrees cooler in Charleston. It's because we had that cold front swing through, which is dropping those temperatures. And here's a look at what it looks like right now. Now keep in mind, at that midnight hour, we were looking at temperatures for some cities at 70 degrees. So we've seen quite the drop of those temperatures so far today. Now we will have a little bit of a warm up as you're heading until about 10 a.m. But then another drop will continue to occur in eastern Kentucky, looking at temperatures getting down to the low 40s for those overnight low temperatures. Here's a look at that live pinpoint Doppler radar. You can see where that heavier rain is, mainly as you're traveling towards Buchanan County, Virginia, seeing some rain as well as you're traveling towards our Tennessee counties. Again, this will continue to clear out as you're heading through the next couple hours. Here's just a look at some of the heaviest rainfall. Here's that forecast for today. Again, we'll hit that secondary high around 10 a.m., 64 degrees, and then we'll drop those temperatures down as you're heading into the overnight hours. Amelia.
A man was indicted in federal court after he reportedly threatened to injure and kill the judge executive in Pike County. According to the indictment, Ronald Ferguson posted a video on Facebook in February threatening to injure and kill Ray Jones. Ferguson was charged with 1 count of interstate threat to injure. A motion was filed for an arrest warrant for Ferguson. In Floyd County, 2 men are facing charges after police found drugs on them during a traffic stop. It happened last Tuesday when police noticed a man driving with a DUI suspended license in the McDowell area. When police pulled over and searched Michael Hoover, they found suspected meth in his possession. Police also found suspected meth and fentanyl inside a pillow that Johnny Martin was holding. A 17-year-old is facing charges after he reportedly stole a motorcycle. Laurel County Police responded to the incident Thursday on Highway 192 in London. They say he drove through 3 red lights and was going faster than 150 miles per hour. Police say he reportedly almost caused multiple crashes before he was arrested. He was taken into custody after exiting on mile marker 62 on Interstate 75. Officials are still looking for a man in Pike County after issuing a golden alert last week. Officials say 81-year-old Philip Stiltner has signs of early dementia. He was last seen at a home on 2636 Long Fork Road in Kemper at approximately 1:30 Thursday afternoon. He reportedly was last seen wearing blue jeans and a button-up shirt. He's described as 170 pounds, 5 feet 9 inches. Stiltner reportedly left his vehicle and his cane at home. It's unknown which direction he traveled in. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team searched for a missing person over the weekend in Breathitt County. Officials say the man went missing January 25th. The search team and canines covered more than 1 mile downstream from where he was last seen on the Kentucky River. The team looked on ground and water. Officials were planning on using a sonar device, but high water levels prevented it from working. The missing person was not found. They are the oldest workforce in the country, farmers, and that's according to the Senate Committee on Aging. And a large percentage of the nation's farms are owned by farmers nearing retirement age. Now many wonder who will fill their shoes. Ivan Rodriguez explains the push to train the next generation of America's farmers.
For more than 100 years, Mark Israel's family grew peanuts on their South Georgia farm, until now.
The peanut industry in this part of the world's dying.
He says the last couple of years came with a lot of labor, but little to show for it. This year, though peanut planted acres in the U.S. and Georgia are expected to hold steady, farmers aren't expected to make the same profit, according to the University of Georgia's agricultural forecast. Plus,
I'm close to retirement.
Israel is one of many farmers across the country approaching retirement age. In fact, 40% of farmland in the U.S. is owned by farmers 65 and older. Over the next 20 years, it's expected that around 350 million acres of farmland will change hands. Although the country is in need of new farmers, the industry is anything but easy for starting a new business.
Again, cash is king.
These new farmers are getting the foundation they need through the University of Georgia Extension's Journeyman Farmer Certificate Program.
You have to be a soil scientist, you have to be an administrator, you have to be an employer, you have to do all of these extra things aside from actually knowing how to grow.
One of those students is Shantia Warren.
I come from a family of sharecroppers, my grandmother's grandparents, so technically I'm the 4th generation black female owner of this land.
Warren's 75-year-old mother planted the first 48 pecan trees with her own hands. After her mother's death, she went on to plant dozens more to commemorate her ancestors. She's in this program to not only learn how to run a successful farm, but pass down what she learns.
I'm really hoping and wanting my little cousins, my nieces, my nephews to come help me on the farm, but also learn what they need to learn to continue the legacy of our family.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Last week, Governor Andy Beshear signed House Bill 15 into law, which will allow 15-year-olds to sit behind the wheel earlier than before. The age requirement will now lower from 16 to 15 years old. They can now apply for the instruction permit, which will still require someone 21 or older to be present in the car with them. However, one woman in Perry County says this new law will ease some nerves, knowing her child gets more time to practice on the road.
For me, as a parent, I feel like I'm going to have more time preparing her for independent driving, so it eases my nerves a little bit.
See, she says she believes every child develops at their own pace, and it's up to the parent to determine if they are ready for those next steps. She says her child takes online tests to learn driver responsibilities and thinks she's ready.
We've been watching as that cold front swing through, giving us chances of rain and storms. Now, for the most part, that system is making its way out of our area. Here's a loop of the past 6 hours, and you can just see how that system has moved. I mean, it was intense, and it's starting to lighten up as it finished its way out of our region. Thankfully, here's a look at our area seeing some of the heaviest rain. If you're traveling more towards the edge of our Virginia counties, this is Buchanan County where we're seeing some of that heavy rain right now. Again, it will be clearing in the next couple of minutes to an hour, and then we'll be looking mostly dry with some chances of rain throughout the day. Here's a look at those current temperatures. Again, we had that cold front swinging through that's been dropping those temperatures, mainly looking in the mid to upper 50s for today. Now, the good news is we do have a secondary high around 11 o'clock in the mid 60s, but we will see those temperatures continue to drop into the low 40s as we're heading into the overnight hours and into your Tuesday. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. We have more news on the way. The death toll continues to rise after the massive earthquake in Southeast Asia, as foreign aid is now on the way.